Good morning students, welcome to online teaching eSuvidya. In previous class, we have discussed about the effect of acid rain on various things like human being, plants, animals, soil, everywhere. That means we came to know acid rain destroys everything that it falls on. So, have you gone through the paragraphs? Then tell me, what are the nutrients of soil which are washed away by the acid rain? Magnesium, potassium and calcium. Okay, then tell me, how does the acid rain affect the human being? It affects our lungs mainly and specially of children. Okay. Then we will continue. So, look at your books and today we will read the paragraph 17 and 18 and we will know what are the measures. What are the controlling measures for polluted air? How can we control the pollution of air? So, look at your books. There are three basic approaches to control air pollution: preventive measures such as changing the raw materials used in industries or the ingredients of fuel, dispersal measures such as raising the heights of smokestacks, and collection measures such as designing equipment to trap pollutants before they escape into the atmosphere. Nearly all the highly industrialized countries of the world have some type of legislation to prevent and control air pollution. One difficulty is that pollutants may be carried by the wind from one country to another, often for distances of thousands of miles. The death of lakes in eastern Canada has been caused by acid rain that originated in the United States. Acids produced in Britain and France have caused damage in Sweden. So, students, in these two paragraphs, we will know what are the basic measures, what are the basic ways to control air pollution. So, there are mainly three ways or three measures to control air pollution. One is preventive measures, another is dispersal measures, and last one is collection measures. So, students, look at preventive measures. You know prevention is better than cure. So, if we will prevent, then we can check further pollution. But once the air is polluted, we have to rectify, we have to control it by other two measures. So, first one is prevention measures. How can we prevent the air pollution? The way is by changing the raw materials used in industries. We know in the first, second paragraphs we have already discussed there are so many ingredients of fuels like coke, coal, furnace oil which are used to produce steam, but at the same time they also produce smoke, ash, fume which are harmful substance. So, in place of those harmful things, if we will use hydroelectricity which is harmless, then the pollution will be reduced, pollution will be less. So, that is one which comes under preventive measure. and the ingredients of fuel, we can also change the ingredients of fuels. The fuels which are having low sulfur, then they will create low pollution. So, the fuels having high range of sulfur, they create more pollution. So, the ingredients of fuel and the raw materials used in the industry, we have to change, we have to modify, we have to bring a change in all those things, so that by preventive measures we can control air pollution. Then comes the dispersal measure. Disperse, that means mingle. So, under dispersal measure comes the raising the height of smokestacks. Smokestacks means chimneys. So, if you will heighten the chimneys, that means in everywhere, in industries, in mines, you must have seen there is chimney. So, if you will make the height more, then the smoke which goes out of the chimney will go to upper layer. That will not be in our atmospheric layer, so that the pollution can be controlled to some extent. So, under dispersal measure, we can raise the height of the smokestacks. And collection measure, such as designing equipment to trap pollutants before they escape into the atmosphere. Trap, I have already told, written. So, when the fuels are used, are burnt in industries, the smoke is produced. And where does that smoke go? That smoke goes to the atmosphere, and the atmospheric air gets polluted. So, under collection measure, if you will use equipments, we will design the equipment to trap the pollutants before they escape into the atmosphere. Atmosphere रे मिसी जिबा पूर्वरु सेगुडी को जदि रिटेन करी रखिबो इक्विपमेंट्स द्वारा जंत्रपाति द्वारा ता माने एटमॉस्फेयर को छाड़ीबा को हमें दबा नाही, तेबे एटमॉस्फेयर पॉल्यूटेड हबो नाही. So, by these three measures, preventive measures, dispersal measures and collection measures, we can control air pollution. And on this also a long question carrying 5 marks will definitely come. What are the basic measures of controlling air pollution? And definitely you will get 5 out of 5, because only there are 3 points and other 3 points. If you will write, there are 3 basic measures, 1 mark you will get. When you will write the name of 3 measures, you will get another mark, 2 marks. Then about preventive measures you have to write 1 line, about dispersal measure and collection measures also 1 line you have to write. So, you will get out of 5, you will get 5. So, definitely you will get 1 long question from this. Then by these measures we can control air pollution. Nearly nowadays in modern times, all the highly industrialized countries of the world have some type of legislation. A body of laws, rules and regulations to prevent and control air pollution. One difficulty is that pollutants may be carried by the wind from one country to another, often for distance of thousands of miles. The death of lakes in eastern Canada has been caused by acid rain that originated in the United States. Acids produced in Britain and France have caused damage in Sweden. So, the greatest problem is that in spite of making the rules and regulation, in spite of adopting the measures of controlling air pollution, it is not a very easy thing. It is so difficult, because The wind is carried from one country to another country. Thousands of miles can be covered by the wind. So when the air gets polluted, that polluted air also is carried from one country, from one nation to another nation. For example, the example is given that death of lakes in eastern Canada has been caused by accident that originated in United States. So United States of America is a very developed or advanced country, industrialized country. So more pollution is caused by the developed countries because they are having more industries, more automobiles. So the air pollution caused by United States of America leads to death of lakes in eastern Canada. You imagine, pollution originated in America, but it caused death of lakes in Canada. That means, though the Canada has not caused any pollution, still the lakes in Canada were dead, were dried up due to polluted air that originated, that was created in United States. Acids produced in Britain and France have caused damage in Sweden. So in Britain and France, the acid produced, that means the acidic rain, that also leads to damage in Sweden. In Sweden, 4,000 lakes were dried up. All the fishes and water animals were died. That means that acid rain was originated in Britain and France. So you imagine what is the long run impact of acid rain and polluted air. It will not leave anybody. Even though one country causes air pollution, the whole world will face its repercussion, face its result and consequence. So we all should be very much careful regarding these three measures, and we should, a stitch in time saves nine, there is a proverb you know. So from the beginning we must be very careful, otherwise a great threat in future is waiting for us. So this is all about the controlling measures of polluted air or air pollution, and in the next class we will discuss about its conclusion. Thank you.